say? Take the Pepsi challenge and find out.
The People's Court today at 4:30.
Jane Snowy. Honey, are you all right?
Just hold me. Hold me and say it again.
Say what?
Tell me that you love me.
Oh, baby, of course I love you. Of course. Oh, no. Oh, no, honey, no. No, don't. Jane Snowy.
Come in.
Hey, Chief. I was real surprised to get your message. I thought you'd already beat it on out of here for the evening.
I didn't say to sit down. Get up.
Yes, sir.
I had gone for the evening, but I found out something very interesting. Something that I felt demanded my immediate attention.
Yes, sir. What was that?
I found out about the little joke played on Raven.
Oh. I see. Is it okay if I sit down now?
Yeah, all right, maybe now you should sit down.
Actually, I guess I should be relieved that it's out in the open.
You won't be when I get through with you. Is what I heard true?
I'm afraid if what you heard was that I was dumb enough to let myself get involved in it, yes, it's true.
Great, that's just great.
You know, I kept hoping that I could just forget about the whole thing and maybe it would disappear.
There's a lot of things we'd all like to forget about, but I'm not going to let you forget about this. I want some answers, and you can start by telling me, where is Raven now?
What are you doing? Does it look like I'm doing? We just can't throw Mrs. Whitney's papers in the trash.
I thought you said you were still going to get her on that boat.
She wouldn't like it, Al. She'd be too unhappy thinking about all the money she left behind. And we don't want any dissatisfied customers now, do we? No, Mrs. Whitney doesn't need any papers where she's going.
What are you burning?
Hey, don't you worry about it. I like to play with fire every now and again, right, Al?
Well, it stinks in here.
You worry too much, Mrs. Whitney. You're not going to have to worry about any foul smells on the boat to South America. Al, I think it's time you escort this lovely lady down to the car. I'll be with you in a minute. I'll put this later.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Spick and Span. Spick and Span, it helps your floor show its true colors. And by Bold 3, detergent plus full-strength fabric softener.
Not long ago, my only exercise was climbing up and down a stepladder. Today, I'm climbing Eagle Mountain. Boy, have I changed my life for the better. Back then, antique stores were the only place I knew to buy antiques. Now I know what to look for. I get my best buys at yard sales. That's some change. And before I knew better, I had to buy boxes of this and bottles of that to get my laundry clean and soft. But Bold 3 detergent plus fabric softener changed that. A product that cleans, softens, and controls static cling all in one box. Now that's a change for the better. Oh, I know, only if it works. Well, Bold 3 works. Look at these jeans. Muddy, right? These were just as muddy. Would you ask more from a detergent? And talk about softness. I mean, this feels really soft. Now watch. No sticking, no crackling, no annoying static cling. Would you ask more from your fabric softener? Now that's some change.
A change for the better. Bold 3.
How
Oh, Dee, what have we here?
A mismatch, Minnie. This new tile's the color my floor's supposed to be, but just look at the difference.
That's 'cause you've got ground-in dirt stuck in these little crevices. You need spick and span. It cleans into crevices and lifts out ground-in dirt that dulls your floor's color.
But is it safe?
For no wax, of course.
I'm a believer, Minnie.
Don't believe me, believe the results you see. Spick and span helps your floor show its true colors.
Calvin, what on earth possessed you to use your badge for such a dumb idea?
Chief, to this moment, I do not know. I guess I was just trying to prove a point. I thought if she realized that anybody could be the victim of a setup, then she might accept that Gavin Wiley was genuinely innocent in Gunther Wagner's murder.
All right, what did these actors think they could gain out of this?
They were hoping she would change her mind and give them back the Whitney Theater.
Fat chance. And you, a detective on the Monticello police force, making a phony arrest, all for a joke, all for a laugh. Ha! All right, you want to tell me how you got suckered into this? Somebody twist your arm behind your back?
Look, I swear, I haven't even got anything that vaguely resembles an excuse. Look, all I know is as soon as it happened, I realized how stupid I was for getting involved in something like that.
Realized a little bit too late.
Yeah. A little too late. And believe me, nobody regrets it more than I do. The truth of the matter is, I wanted some revenge against Raven Whitney. There was something that had happened about me and my wife. Anyway, it was personal, so that's the only reason I have for letting myself go along with this thing.
You know, I should suspend you for this.
Yes, sir.
I should put you and Tyler in the same box, but I can't afford to have you both out on suspension. Ha! So for the moment, I'm not going to do anything.
Thanks, Chief.
You won't be so thankful when Raven finds out and she presses charges against you. You'll probably get more than a suspension. You'll probably lose your badge.
Yeah, well, I guess I'll have to deal with that when it comes up.
All right, let's get down to the problem at hand. Nobody knows where Raven is. All we know is that Smiley Wilson's after her for the money she's got on her.
Money? What money? And what's Smiley got to do with it?
All right, I guess you really were in the dark. This little joke didn't end with the courtroom scene like you thought.
Now, just a minute. I was told that this whole gag was finished long ago and that Raven was off on some kind of a cruise somewhere.
Raven thinks she's out on bail. She's trying to skip the country, and she's got $20 million worth of negotiable bonds on her to live with abroad.
$20 million?
Yes.
Good Lord. How'd you find out about all of this?
Jim Deederson told Michael Carr. He said that Wilson wouldn't stop at murder to get that money. Now, look, I want everybody involved in this scam rounded up. I want to get to the bottom of this mess.
Thanks. Good to see I'm in real trouble.
I know. That's why I brought you this. Lots of iron.
Liver?
Mmm.
Thanks for being so concerned.
Hey, did you get a chance to talk to Dee Dee about Calvin?
Oh, I tried, but
Yeah.
no use. I'm just not very good at peace negotiations.
Well, you can't blame her, really. I mean, Cliff, Calvin promised that he was going to mail that letter to his wife asking her for the divorce, and he never even mailed the darn thing.
But Calvin didn't know his wife was going to get pregnant. Now he feels that he has to be obligated to her because of the family. It's the only right thing for him to do.
Yeah, well, serves him right for being unfaithful to his girlfriend.
Bitsy, I love your logic.
Thank you. So you couldn't even soften her up or anything?
Oh, I tried. I told her what her emotional motivations were, and
Yeah.
she stormed out of the office. She didn't even listen to my beautiful plan.
And what is this beautiful plan, may I ask?
See, since Samantha is the one who tipped off Calvin about Star's being pregnant, suppose that Samantha told Star that Calvin knew about the baby.
Well, so what if Star knows that Calvin knows?
Well, if Star knows that Calvin knows, then she's going to get tense, and when Calvin calls her, they're going to have an argument. They're going to be mad at each other, and the quarrel will cause them to split apart, and then Calvin and Dee Dee can get together, like we want.
Why, Cliff Nelson, that is a terrific idea. I mean, it's a little sneaky, but it's a terrific idea. I mean, hey, All's fair in love and war, right?
Right. Hey, wait a minute now. All's fair in love and war. We're talking about Dee Dee, aren't we? We're not talking like you and me.
Yeah, I get a little nervous there, huh? Now, wait a minute. I'm Dee Dee's best friend, right? Why couldn't I be the one to tell Star? Dee Dee wouldn't even have to know anything about the thing.
Cool it.
Was this a conspiracy?
Yes. I am trying to get Cliff to eat his liver.
Is that today's special?
Mm-hmm.
I'll have beef stew.
Mm-hmm. I'll get it for you. Thank you.
When your beef stew comes, you want to trade?
No.
How'd it go with your client?
Actually, not too well. I don't think I can get him off this time. But I'm going to give it the old college try.
What's his name again?
Vincent Green.
What's his offense?
Well, it seems that a number of stolen items were found in his possession. Among them, that painting that belonged to Jody Travis. You know, the one that was ripped off from the Endicott Gallery?
What? Oh, this is the guy that Calvin nailed, right?
Yes, it is.
You're not going to defend him, are you?
Yes, I am. Isn't everyone entitled to a legal defense, or just some people?
Katie, things are bad enough between you and Calvin. Now you're going to defend the perpetrator in his case? I mean, isn't that going to make things worse?
Cliff, things couldn't get any worse.
Victoria, darling, my heart.
Stop, camera. Wash the suit.
Wash the suit?
It's the Hager washable suit in fabrics of Dacron, made a new way to be machine washed and dried.
And action.
Victoria, my...
Cut. I don't believe it.
Hager washable suits and separates are guaranteed to keep their great looks and fit for their normal life or your money back. Guaranteed wash after wash after wash.
I've brought you something to remember me by.
Oh, Rick.
Crunch and munch.
Crunch and munch? Nuts.
Yep, and popcorn, too. Taste that buttery coating. That's not caramel, not a sugary glaze.
It's rich, sweet, buttery. Buttery? That's toffee.
Yep, popcorn and peanuts in toffee with real butter. I'll never forget you, Betty.
I'll never forget Crunch and Munch, Rick.
Crunch and Munch, popcorn and peanuts with real buttery toffee.
Miles. Hello, Miles. Hello.
Whoa. Hi.
Hi. What are you listening to?
Oh, I don't know. See, what is that? It's the electric squeegee or something. How was your dinner?
It was fine. You really can't go wrong at Sid's Tavern. How about you?
No, well, Nicole couldn't make it home, so I just had to ad-lib here.
Did she call?
Yes, she did. I just talked to her a little while ago, as a matter of fact. She had some very good news.
Great. We can use that any time. What is it?
It seems that the National Association of Newscasters has named Nicole Drake Kavanaugh as the best local TV newscaster of the year.
That's great.
That's wonderful. Well, I'm not surprised she deserves it. After all, she is the best.
Yeah, well, you're prejudiced.
I know.
Oh, you have every right to be.
Yeah, I'm very proud of her. It's nice to get that kind of a compliment from your peers, and you're right, Jody, she did deserve it.
Is there any kind of a, I don't know, ceremony or something?
Yeah, she's got to go out to the convention in Los Angeles. The awards are there.
Oh, that's great. When does she leave?
I don't know for certain. Probably tomorrow. She said she'd have all the details when she got home tonight.
Good. Listen, any more calls?
As a matter of fact, there was a message for Gavin. A Jim Diedrichson called.
Oh?
Said to say, just thanks. I don't know for what.
Jim, I wonder what that means.
Well, I think I know. I forgot to tell you, Jody, but I saw that guy, Chad Sutherland. He came into Sid's tonight before you arrived.
So what does Chad have to do with Jim Diedrichson?
Well, I got to speaking with Chad, and he said that he was looking for a studio to paint in, and Sid had just told me that Jim Diedrichson is moving out of the studio, so I suggested that they split the rent so they can both afford to stay in the studio. Seemed like a sensible idea.
Sounds like a good arrangement for both. You want some coffee, Gavin? Or maybe a nightcap? Do you want something?
No, Miles. Thanks anyway. I really have to be going. But please tell Nicole my congratulations.
Oh, I sure will. Okay, good night.
Good night.
Good night. I keep forgetting you don't live here anymore.
Well, there is one advantage to that.
What's that?
I can kiss you goodbye. Oh, Have you decided where to hang that thing yet?
No, I haven't. You got any suggestions?
How about the closet?
I'm financial supervisor of the Watson family. My job's to keep costs down. Your 3 minutes are up, madam. Not easy. Because I want what's right for my family. And that means cushion-quilted Pampers. I've tried bargain brands. Pampers helps keep my Billy a lot drier. And dryness is what I want for my baby.
Look, wet a Pampers and the average bargain brand. Wait a minute. Slip in a blotter. Pampers cushion-quilted lining helps keep babies a lot drier.
Ring, ring. It's for you, Billy.
Tell him to call back. I've got to change him.
Pampers.
They help keep him a lot drier.
Cushion-quilted Pampers helps keep a little baby a lot drier.
Teaching him how to hit a home run, helping her tie a knot. Little things mean a lot.
Little things do mean a lot, so I care about what touches our lives, like white cloud.
White cloud, Mommy?
It's the softest. Feel. Yes, but there's more to white cloud quality. White cloud's got 2 fluffy sheets. Now, watch how absorbent white cloud is.
Wow.
The most absorbent. 2-ply white cloud is the softest and most absorbent, and that means a lot.
White cloud, because little things mean a lot. White cloud.
Well, tell me about Hazel Weston. What's she like? Another porcelain doll like your friend Valerie?
No, she wasn't like Valerie at all. As a matter of fact, now it's hard to imagine the two of them ever having been friends.
Has she changed much since you saw her in St. Moritz?
Yeah, she's changed quite a bit. She's gotten very sloppy. It seems as if she's lost any concern for her personal appearance.
Well, at least she wasn't another heart flutter.
No. But she's the type who can't be trusted, or so it seems.
Because she's slovenly? Is neatness a sign of integrity?
No, it's because of what she said and the way she said it. Thank you.
What particularly?
She tried to get me to believe that Valerie was secretly dating Jeff Brown behind my back when we were all in St. Moritz together.
Well, of course, it must be true. I don't see why you would doubt it.
Because I was with Valerie almost every moment when we were there. And besides, Valerie is not the kind of person who would double-cross me.
And you're basing your vast knowledge of Miss Bryson's sterling character on 2 weeks of casual acquaintance at a ski resort. Oh, really, Sky?
Don't be so damn smug, Libby. I don't see why you should have an opinion at all. You weren't there.
I didn't have to be to know all there is to know about that type. Sweet, wide-eyed innocence concealing a really devious nature. The 2 faces of Valerie Bryson.
Oh, come now, Libby. I know that you don't like the girl, but don't get carried away.
I've never been wrong about that type. Look, Sky, I'm just trying to tell you to be wary of her, that's all.
Yes, well, it seems that Miss Hazel Weston is not the trustworthy type.
What possible reason could she have for lying about a thing like that?
I don't know. Well, she dislikes Valerie as much as you do, perhaps for the same reason.
Are you suggesting jealousy? Oh, how absurd. How could I be jealous of that silly little...
Oh, knock it off, Libby. It doesn't matter why she doesn't like her. Because at the moment, I know less now about Jeff Brown than I have before. And I don't mind telling you, it is very discouraging.
We just have to think of some other source, that's all.
Well, I can't think of anything at all. The only thing I can think of now is getting some fresh air. I'm going out.
All right, Sky. And for heaven's sake, try not to worry. Hello.
Mrs. Weston, please.
Yeah, speaking.
Mrs. Weston, my name is Libby Webster. I wonder if I could talk to you for a moment on a subject of mutual interest.
Like what?
Skylar Whitney.
Mr. Whitney doesn't interest me
I'm a very
anymore.
close friend of his twin brother. And quite frankly, I'm really worried about his choice of friends.
What makes you think that could possibly interest me?
Because it has to do with someone named Valerie Bryson?
Well, you know, I really don't think you should be...
I'm sure you must think I'm presuming a great deal, but it's only concern for a very dear friend that makes me ask for your help.
All right.
Look, you want to discuss this further?
Exactly what I was going to suggest myself. Perhaps, if you like, if it's convenient, we could get together for breakfast somewhere. Sometime tomorrow morning?
Here you go, Dee Dee. Thanks, beef stew.
That looks terrific.
Thou shalt not covet thy partner's beef stew.
Protected.
Hey, Calvin. Come on, why don't you join us?
No thanks. Hi, Dee Dee.
Hi, Calvin.
Look, pardon the interruption, but I need to speak to you, privately, if you don't mind. It's very important. Dee Dee, please excuse me for interrupting your dinner.
There's nothing to excuse, Calvin. Go ahead, Clive.
Sure, I'll be right back. Hey, buddy, you look as if lightning struck.
Yeah, well, something pretty close to that. I got some bad news, pal, and I mean real bad news.
Spill it.
The word is out on our little scam against Raven Whitney.
I know. How'd you find out?
Well, the chief just called me on the carpet and gave me hell. What do you mean you know? Who told you?
Mike Carr called me. He wants a little meeting later on. I think we ought to get out of town. How far could we get on $20?
Just hold the comedy. I'll probably need it later. I may lose my badge for this. The worst is yet to come.
How could it get worse?
There are things, my friend, that we do not know about this little game, things which transpired after we got out of it.
What happened? I thought it was all over and done with.
So did I. But apparently it has gone on and on. The Wilson brothers have kept this thing going by using all sorts of little convoluted tricks.
What tricks?
Look, it's too complicated to go into now. The only point that's important is that Raven is missing. She's left town and Smiley Wilson is after her. I mean, she's given him the slip for the moment. But neither he nor his brother nor anybody else knows where she is.
Why would Raven run away?
Because she is convinced that she legitimately killed Jinx Avery.
Okay, come on, Calvin. She's got to know that Jinx Avery died of natural causes. It's been all over the newspapers.
Look, Cliff, I don't know how Hector and Smiley kept this thing going on. All I know is that Raven thinks she has skipped bail. She may be out of the country by now, and she's carrying a fortune, $20 million.
20 million? She's in real danger, then.
She is on the run because she thinks that she's a criminal. And now we've got a real criminal who's on her tail.
I'd like to get my valuables out of the safe, please.
Oh, yes, of course.
Where's my ticket?
Just a moment. Sign here, please.
Excuse me. Who's that man standing over there?
Oh, don't worry, Mrs. Whitney. That's just the house detective.
Thank you.
Oh, no, sweetheart. We only have an hour, and we don't want to miss the boat. Women.
Mr. Hill, I want my money back. None of these stick deodorants stop wetness.
Sue, they aren't made to. But Arid Solid fights wetness ordinary sticks can't. It's new.
Arid Solid?
Look, these sticks say deodorant, not antiperspirant, because they contain nothing to stop wetness. But new Arid Solid antiperspirant fights wetness and odor with the most powerful anti-wetness ingredient.
Arid fights wetness and odor. That's for me.
New Arid Extra Dry Solid fights wetness ordinary deodorant sticks can't.
Oh, it was disgusting. It was gross. It just was gross. It was...
Jean had warts. Compound W got rid of them.
But on your hand, especially right in the middle of your hand, it's like very embarrassing. I used to think it was funny, and then when it happens to you, it's not so funny.
Used daily, Compound W dissolves warts away. Quickly, in just days. Prevents spreading, too.
Trust me, it works.
Compound W gets rid of warts.
Hallelujah!
Wednesday.
You know how I get on a full moon.
The summer's just starting to sizzle.
I want you out of our house.
The passion, the suspense.
My son wants no part of me.
You're pregnant? More than a little bit.
The heat's on. Dynasty's back.
I've got to think this out. What should I do next? Where do I go? Damn. This whole thing is full of dead ends. But I've got to find a way to expose Jeff for the fake that he was. I wonder if it could have been possible that Valerie really could have been seeing Jeff behind my back in St. Moritz. Dames. It seems that I've got some rotten luck with women. I wonder if I'm going to spend the rest of my life wondering whether they're lying to me or not. Raven Whitney. It's strange. I just can't stop thinking about that portrait of her.
Taxi! Let's go, lady. You got a real cute little girl here, Al.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, mine's racing real fast. Almost as fast as a racehorse, but not quite fast enough, huh, sweetheart?
What happened?
A little trick that didn't quite come off.
All right. So you've got what you want. Let's go.
Get it.
Oh.
Let's get moving, Al. Now, stop off at the pier so Mrs. Whitney can see her nice accommodations and the ship that's going to take her to South America. Come on, let's move.
I don't know about you, but I want my skin to be as soft as it can be. It's important to me. That's why I use the softest powder. Try this. You'll be surprised. Johnson's baby powder is so much softer than any other powder, you can feel the difference. You can really feel the difference. So if being your softest is important to you, like it is to me, always remember your Johnson's baby powder from Johnson & Johnson, so you can be as soft as you can be.
Introducing the incredible flexible fabric bandage.
When you have to move like this, you need a bandage that moves with you.
New flexible fabric bandage is made of a breathable, elastic fabric